Alright everybody, and welcome back to Photoshop tutorial on pathing. We're now going to go into how to use the quick mask tools, which is these tools right here. And there are many different ways that you can use the quick mask tools, but my favorite is always using the magnetic lasso tool with the quick masking tool. And it's a little bit easier and it's a little bit faster to work with. Now in our last tutorial, when we were dealing with the lasso tools, we were cutting dear old dad here out of the picture. But now let's try and do Junior this time here, off on the side. So let's select our magnetic lasso tool here, and we just do what we did the last time. We find a nice sharp corner, or a nice sharp contrast between the background and the object, and we click once and we just start dragging around our object. And it's okay if you kind of miss a little bit, like that right there. That's going to go into the quick masking tutorial soon after we get Junior here selected. So we just go all the way around him. There we go. La, 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 la. It's okay if you miss, just like I said before. Almost there. Once again, once you get to where you start, you see that little circle icon right just below your magnetic lasso cursor. You click once, and good old Junior selected. Alright, now we're going to go into the quick mask tools. So here's where you activate the quick mask tool to edit it, and then once you're in there, if you want to go back to this mode right here, you just click this where you edit in what is known as standard mode, which we are in right now. So if I were to click the quick mask mode button, you notice the outside is now all red. Now that's a good thing to have. Now if I click back to the standard mode, we get our ant trail around our object again. Now if you want to make the red on the actual object itself, and you may have to switch back and forth with this, which I'll get into more detail as we kind of go through this tutorial. So if you hit Control Alt I, you know what? I take that back. Shift Control I, your selection is now inversed. And for you Mac users, that would have been Shift Open Apple and then I. And if we click our quick mask mode, we see that Junior is now in red. Okay, now you're saying to yourself, well, so what does this have to do with selecting and cutting people out? Well, let's go into that. Okay, now as you can see, parts of Junior's fingers here are not selected. Now here's where the quick masking mode goes into effect. First and foremost, you want to make sure that your foreground color right here is set to black, the darkest color. Click OK. Then you want to go and select your brush tool. Make sure that it is on its hardest setting, and we can mess around with the size of the brush tip later on as we go on. And you want to make sure that your opacity is at 100%. Now let's click on our quick mask tool, or quick mask mode button, and as you can see, Junior is red again. So now what we do is we're going a little bit closer to where he is not selected. And what you're going to do is with the paintbrush tool, you're going to actually start to paint the selection on him. As you can see, it's all red. Now, if you had actually not changed your color from the darkest black to a lighter color, the selection would not work. So here we go, finishing off that. Scroll over and we get a little bit of the shirt that we missed. Now let's say you want to do a straight line, just like with a brush tool. You want to click once here, hold down your shift key, and then click once and you get a straight line. That's one little trick to have. Go all the way around. La 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 la. There we go. Now we get the rest of his hand. Just like that. Finish him off. Here we go. And there you have it. Control 0 to go back. And if we click back to our standard mode, right here. Shift Control I, or if for you Mac users, Shift Open Apple key I. Now you'll notice if we click our Move tool, grab old Junior here, we can move him around. He's perfect. All right, and that's pretty much how you use the Quick Mask Mode tool. Our next one will go into actually my favorite, the Pen tool, and we'll see you in our next tutorial. Bye.